Violence in video games is a major issue in today's society. Some people praise the violence in games, while others hate it. Most of the people who praise the violence are the ones who play video games the most. They are desensitized from the violence because of their continuous exposure towards the violence. They are often unaffected by the content of violence because they've seen it so much it doesn't bother them. Studies have proven that playing violent video games does in fact increase aggressive behavior, thoughts, and feelings. It is also proven that game characters model violence and involves players rehearsing violent behaviors that lead to an increase in the real-world violence, such as characters robbing banks and gang shootouts. There are several people who play video games. However, the majority of game players are teenagers. About 66% of teenagers prefer to play games with a lot of action. That's games like first-person shooters and Grand Theft Auto. Around 87% of boys play violent video games, and 1 out of 5 have purchased rated M games. However, the majority of people who play violent video games do not commit violent crimes. In fact, most violent acts are caused from other factors like school shootings, mental stability, and the quality of home life, not media exposure. Besides, violent crime has decreased dramatically since the early 1990s. In 2005, there were 1,360,088 violent crimes in the United States, compared with 1,423,677 the year before, with millions of sales in violent video games. Yet the total number of violent crimes is only a small percentage as a result of violent video games. Also, don't other forms of media promote violence as well, like films and music? Not all music is clean, and not all movies have appropriate content. It seems video games are taking all the fall for all the violence in the world. Perhaps games are too violent and thrive off too much murder, theft, destruction, and prostitution. It goes to say that not every person who plays a violent game will become aggressive and commit a crime. However, sometimes players imitate actions seen in a game and apply them to the real world. This can often end in injury or criminal activity among the player. Take Grand Theft Auto, for example. On June 25, 2003, two American stepbrothers used a rifle, killing a 45-year-old man and wounding a 19-year-old woman. The shooters have been inspired by Grand Theft Auto 3. Now there are tons of violent video games out there. Postal, Hitman, Manhunt, The Punisher, Grand Theft Auto, and more. So who should bear the responsibility when violent actions occur as a result of a violent game? Well, there are three pillars of responsibility: the video game industry for creating the game, the rental and retail industry for releasing and selling the game, and the parents. In my opinion, I think the game industry, retail industry, rental industry, nor the parents are responsible. I think the player is responsible for determining reality from fantasy. I believe that players should not repeat and imitate game actions and take responsibility for their own actions. There are even some rated E for everyone games that contain mild violence. However, parents can help prevent violence by understanding the entertainment software rating board. By understanding the way the system works, parents can determine whether a game is suitable for their children or not. From there, it should be the player's responsibility to make the right choice. Overall, violent video games increase aggression but are not responsible for the player's actions in the real world.